Would you pay $15,000 for a bumper? Or $8 grand for a steering wheel? Sounds crazy, but in the classic car world, sometimes a simple part is worth more than the entire truck. And when it comes to the Chevrolet Silverado, some original parts have reached prices so insane that it's cheaper to buy another truck. Look, I always thought car collectors were kinda nuts. Until I saw my neighbor sell the original identification plate from a Silverado 454 SS for $3,000. $3 grand. For a piece of metal that fits in your palm. That's when I got it. In the classic universe, originality is priceless. Literally. And if you've got an old Silverado sitting in your garage thinking it's worthless, get ready for a surprise. Because after this video, you're gonna run out there and check every single detail on your truck. Part number 1, original 454 SS rally wheel set, 1990 to 1993, $12,000 to $18,000. First on our list is gonna hurt. The original 15-inch rally wheels from the Silverado 454 SS. They're not visually special wheels, no bling bling, no futuristic design. Just silver steel wheels with simple hubcaps. But they cost between $12,000 and $18,000 for a complete set. Why? Because GM only made 16,953 Silverado 454 SS trucks over 4 years. And of those, how many do you think kept their original wheels? Probably less than 1,000. Everyone swapped them for bigger, chrome, prettier wheels. Result: originality became absolute rarity. True story, met a guy in Ohio who bought a 1991 454 SS for $8 grand. Wrecked truck, engine problems, peeling paint. But it had the original wheels. He sold just the wheels for $14,000 and still kept the rest of the truck. Made the deal of a lifetime. What makes these wheels so special? Besides the rarity, they have a specific offset that only GM used and were manufactured by Kelsey Hayes with exclusive specifications. There's no perfect substitute. It's original or it's nothing. Where to find them? Good luck. Specialized sites like Hemmings or Barrett-Jackson occasionally have complete sets. But prepare your wallet and your patience. Part number 2, original Stepside chrome rear bumper, 1988 to 1998, $8,000 to $15,000. A bumper. A piece of metal that protects the back of the truck. How can this cost $15,000? Easy. When it's the original Stepside chrome bumper from a Silverado. These bumpers were optional and only came on luxury Stepside versions. Triple chrome, with finish quality that would make Cadillacs of the era jealous. But here's the problem, 90s chrome wasn't made to last. It oxidized, peeled, stained. Most went to the junkyard or got cheap rechroming. An original bumper, no pitting, no oxidation, with perfect chrome, is rarer than hen's teeth. And collectors know it. I saw one at auction last year, sold for $12,000. The buyer? A restorer from Texas who was completing a Silverado 454 SS Stepside. The secret is there's no reproduction that comes close to original quality. Replicas have thin chrome, inferior finish, and collectors can spot them instantly. It's like comparing a real Rolex to a Chinese knockoff. Golden tip: if you have a Stepside Silverado with an original chrome bumper in good condition, treat it like gold. It's literally more valuable than the truck's engine. Part number 3, sports steering wheel with 454 SS emblem, $6,000 to $8,000. A $6,000 steering wheel. Let that sink in for a second. $6,000 for a steering wheel. But it's not just any steering wheel. It's the original 454 SS sports steering wheel with the integrated gold emblem. This steering wheel was different from everything GM made at the time. Genuine hand-stitched leather, anatomical shape, and the famous 454 SS emblem in gold relief in the center. Detail: it wasn't a sticker. It was cast together with the wheel center plastic. Why is it worth so much? First, durability. The leather on these wheels cracked over time. Second, theft. In the 2000s, when these Silverados were still normal cars, this wheel was one of the most stolen items. Third, modernization. Many owners swapped them for more modern aftermarket wheels. I met a restorer in Nevada who looked for one of these wheels for 3 years. When he finally found one in perfect condition, He paid $7,500 without blinking. It's the piece that transforms a good restoration into a perfect restoration, he told me. The market? Extremely restricted. Maybe 2 or 3 show up per year in the entire country. And when they appear, they're gone in hours. Part number 4. Original Stepside leather door panels, $5,000 to $7,000 the pair. Leather door panels. Sounds fancy, but it was just a luxury option on the more equipped Stepside Silverados. The problem is that leather from 30 years ago didn't have today's technology. It cracked, dried out, stained. Most were replaced or are in deplorable condition. Finding an original pair in impeccable condition is like winning the classic car lottery. Soft leather, perfect stitching, functional pockets, and that characteristic smell that only factory leather from the 90s has. I saw a hilarious situation last year. A guy posted on a specialized forum selling Silverado door panels for $200. The photos were bad, you could barely see the details. A smart collector went there, saw they were original Stepside panels in Concord condition, and bought them on the spot. A week later, sold them on eBay for $6,800. The difference between originals and reproductions is glaring. Originals have a specific stitching pattern, Chevrolet logo in low relief, and a type of leather that's no longer manufactured. It's impossible to replicate perfectly. Part number 5. Complete center console with integrated cooler, $4,000 to $6,000. Center console with cooler. Yes, GM invented this 30 years before Tesla. The optional center console on top-line Silverados came with an integrated refrigerated compartment. It wasn't marketing, it really worked. The system was complex, its own compressor, coil, thermostat, and even LED temperature indicator. When it worked, it kept cans cold even in Texas heat. The problem? It was a system too delicate for real pickup life. Most broke down. The ones that worked were removed by mechanics who didn't know how to fix them. The ones that survived became museum rarities. A complete console working with all original components is the holy grail for restorers. Funny story, found one of these in a junkyard in Arizona. The owner wanted $50. Bought it, took it home, researched it, and discovered it was worth over $5,000. Sometimes there are still hidden treasures out there. Part number 6. Functional Ram Air Hood Rally Sport, $3,500 to $5,000. Hood with functional air intake. Don't confuse this with those decorative fiber hoods they sell for $300. We're talking about the original Rally Sport hood with integrated cold air induction system. This hood was engineering work. The air intake directed cold air straight to the filter, increasing power and efficiency. But it had a problem. In front-end accidents, it was always the first part damaged. In hailstorms, it dented easily. When repainting, many swapped them for smooth hoods to save money. Result: original Rally Sport hoods in perfect condition are extremely rare. No dents, no bodywork repairs, with intact and functional air intake. It's like finding a needle in a haystack. A restorer in Michigan told me he looked for one of these for 2 years. When he found it, it was on a farm in Nebraska, covered in rust. Spent another $2,000 on restoration, but in the end had a part worth $5,000 easy. Part number 7, numbered identification plate from Special Edition, $2,000 to $4,000. Last, the smallest, but maybe most proportionally valuable part, the numbered identification plate from Silverado Special Editions, mainly from the 454 SS and Victory Red Edition. It's a 3 by 2 inch piece of metal. Looks like it's worth nothing, but each one has a unique serial number corresponding to that specific truck. It's like the vehicle's birth certificate. Without it, you have a pretty truck, but you don't have a documented special edition. The problem is these plates were on the console or dash, attached with double-sided tape. Over time, they'd come loose, fall off, disappear. Many were thrown away by owners who didn't know the value. Today, an original plate with legible number is essential to prove authenticity. Without it, your 454 SS is worth $20,000. With it, it's worth $40,000. It's a $2,000 part that adds $20,000 to the overall value. Market? Controlled by half a dozen serious collectors. When one comes up for sale, it becomes a silent auction. I've seen plates with low numbers, under 100, sell for over 4 grand. So there you have it, 7 parts from a Silverado that cost more than many entire cars. And the lesson here isn't just about insane prices. It's about how originality became the scarcest commodity in the automotive world. Think about it. How many 90s Silverados still exist? Thousands. How many have all original parts? Maybe hundreds. How many have original parts in perfect condition? Dozens. It's simple math. The rarer it gets, the more expensive it becomes. The irony is these parts were normal 20 years ago. Nobody saved Silverado bumpers thinking they'd be investments. But time transformed everyday items into relics. And if you have a classic Silverado, the lesson is clear. Before swapping any original part, research its value. That ugly steering wheel might be worth more than the engine. That simple wheel might be a retirement plan. Which of these parts have you seen being sold cheap? Or better yet, which one do you have stored away without knowing it's worth a fortune? Drop it in the comments, I read them all. And if this video opened your eyes to the crazy world of original parts pricing, hit that like button and subscribe to the channel. Next week, I'm gonna show you the 5 modifications that destroy your classic Silverado's value. Spoiler, one of them everyone thinks adds value, but actually devalues it by 50%. See you then.